Yeah, it's definitely very odd. I don't know. Every team is allowed to have their down period, because obviously we've seen Vici at the top a lot. So it's interesting, just like where they're at, what they have to do to move on, and if they can pull that off. Like a 2-0 against LGD, like I would say maybe it would have been doable against eHome or CDC, but then it's like in retrospect, it should have been doable against eHome or CDC, and they lost to both.
Mm-hmm.
So now you're telling me the only way that they can get in is a 2-0 against LGD? Like, I just don't see that happening.
To be
I
honest,
don't see LGD losing 2-0.
I could see them losing to. I could see both these teams losing to. Obviously not at the same time, but they've both made like mistakes that are not characteristic of the teams that we know. But let's talk about the draft though, because we're getting in. Some interesting bans. There's like some big cores being let through just because of the things that are being banned at the start of this game. So LGD banned the clockwork, obviously something Vici like, but it's also really good against this first pick shaker, which they love. For FY, so Vici take that one out straight away. We get the puck and the Queen of Pain bans, which have been pretty common at the moment, I would say, through this tournament. Puck, maybe a little bit less so, but definitely Queen of Pain. This Venge first pick, though, gets let through again in a draft, which doesn't happen very often. LGD instantly snap it up. They played it yesterday, off lane. Old 11 had an insanely good performance. They played like a Drow strat. I think it was Drow, Venge, something. I can't remember what the last call was for their lineup, but it worked really well.
Viper, Veno. Oh, no. Sorry, that was a different game. It was Venge, Marana, Elder Titan, Morphling, Drow.
Morphling, that was it, yeah. So they did like Morphling mid, I think it was, and then the Drow carry. And then they picked Drow the game after as well. It was pretty mental. So I'm wondering whether Vici have seen this. You see Venge Marana, you're like, well, do we want to let heroes like Drow and Medusa through and things like that? Or do we just want to take them out now?
The only thing I would say about the Medusa is it's been shown to be beatable.
But that's Vici's.
And Vici know that. So have they learned something enough from that game that, now that they have done that or lost to it, that they could play against it as well?
Yeah, for sure. And the problem I'm going to have, though, is that this Venge Marana, like, if it's a support duo, which I really hope it's not, they're like so... They're not like the strongest laners, right? Like, individually. Like, Marana's okay if you pair it up with someone like, in the offlane we've been seeing, like the Mars or the Tiny, things like that, and which I assume LGD will go for, like this Mars, I think, if it's let in the pool, or Vici, even because they have this Phoenix. I think it's very high contention for both these teams still.
The Tiny's an interesting one, right? Because LGD have been the only team to play that.
I don't know,
right?
No, eHome played Tiny as well, right? I think FaithBM played it in the offlane. Because he did
right.
He did the Helm of Dawn build, which is always fun.
Yeah. See, I say some things with confidence. I just hope you go. I just hope you say yes. But yeah, eHome did play it. I only remember it from the other day just because of the new rare set that was on there too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, FaithBM didn't have the new rare set because it wasn't out yet, so it didn't count.
It didn't exist.
That was I wonder if
fair to him.
Are we taking bets on whether FY has the Marana amount?
Well, that's if he's playing it, right?
I mean, I would assume so. I'm like 99% sure that FY is playing the Marana in this lineup.
Well, I only say that because I believe LGD had played it mid recently.
I mean, they could, but I don't know. Feels like, have we seen a core Marana yet this tournament? I don't think we have.
I don't believe we have. Yeah, just the other day, Somnus played Marana. It was actually yesterday.
Okay.
Or technically a day ago. Yeah. Went Mjolnir, MKB, Dragonlance, BKB, Crystallis, Treads, not in that order.
Okay, so I don't mind this.
But I mean, the support duo is good. It's just I'm worried a little bit of the lack of lockdown. Like, yeah, you've got Searing Chains and Kinetic Field, but I definitely think you need more.
Yeah, because at the moment it's like BKB timings come out for LGD, and they don't do anything on Vici, unfortunately. I actually
Hmm.
think Beastmaster's still in the pool as well, which is something we've seen banned out a lot. Could be, isn't that one of Old Eleven's best heroes, the Beastmaster?
That and the Enigma.
Yeah, but like I feel like the Beastmaster just pairs up so well with the Venge. Like it gives you good lockdown. Like the lane pressure's really good. That attack speed aura against the Egg's fantastic.
Mhm.
Um, so I'd be very surprised if we didn't see either Beastmaster or like something to work towards that works with the Venge, like the Drow or the Deucer. But we shall see. Oh,
Okay.
okay. Bay
So that looks
Marana.
like it turns into a core Marana. Or no, not
No,
even.
it's
It could be a core Venge.
yeah. I think it's more likely to be Core Venge than Core Marana. I'd be very surprised if they played the Marana as the core. I think you just want it to be that this possible. I mean, FY's been playing so well on it, and you know, you can always rush BKB if you want as well, and just start hitting the egg with the leap. Like it's pretty good.
Hmm.
And now you can roam up and possibly come to the safe lane at points to hit the Nightmare Arrow. Um, I do like the Bane though because it makes the Embers game a lot harder, right? Like he can't play without fear. He has to be a little bit worried
Yeah.
about that Fiend Script still. I will say though that they have the glimpse that can cancel Fiend Script from like really far away if they need to, which is always nice. So you don't get like kind of taken by surprise, like in this position where this massive range Fiend Script comes out.
Ooh. Okay, so they go with the Mars, and then LGD, they pick
Yeah,
up the Dusa, which is what we were talking about.
I
And they
think
pick up the Dusa with a decent lineup with it. I would just say I probably want a more reliable stun with their last pick.
they need some like tempo carry for their last
Hmm.
pick. Unless they want to play the Venge carry and then pick a different offlane. I still think Beastmaster's fine, and they put the Venge as the one because I'm sure Chalice wouldn't mind playing that. Like, it's like I feel like it's the kind of thing that he would enjoy, right? Like this tempo core.
Do you think maybe they go Wraith King, or is that too slow?
I think it's too slow. They need something that can fight earlier and like
Hmm.
make space for the Deucer and things. And they could do with some like with a little bit of team fight and like with a little bit of front line. So like Beastmaster, I think Centaur's okay as well. Like just a beefcake is the technical term.
I'll be sure to write that one down. Beefcake.
And I think Vici needs some like scaling core, right? Like AM's still in the pool if they want to go for it as well. They've taken out the PL Terrorblades out, like Slark potentially. It's all single target lockdown at the moment on OGD,
We
which
talked about Slark too. Like we just haven't been seeing it that
um,
much. It hasn't been too popular, and I think only been played like once or twice. It's a hero that's kind of been ignored in a way.
yeah, they banned the. As I said, they banned the sniper. We saw that from nothing to
Mm,
say. Imagine if
would
they had to play against sniper this lineup. Like again, it's the same thing as before, where they just had no reach against the sniper. And
yeah.
Vici probably would have taken a page out of eHome's book with that. 'Cause, I mean, I'm sure Paparazzi can play. Paparazzi Eurus can play Ember, can't he? Like,
Oh yeah, for sure.
so they can still be flexible and pick a mid hero if they really want to.
Would it be worth maybe thinking Gyro for LGD, or is that just still not enough pace?
Gyro's okay. I don't mind that too much. Yeah, it's pretty. A nice early BKB hero. But
Yeah, go like BKB Ags or
mm,
even Ags BKB if you think you could forego it.
I'm trying to
Just
think about what Vici want though. Like, what other carries are there that even? Honestly, think for them, AM and what was the other one I said? Slark, probably the two better ones.
they ban the Kunkka, and that might be them thinking that Chalice is going to play this Dusa instead of Somnus.
Okay, I guess he could, but wouldn't the Deucer go mid still? Deucer's safe lane feels like I don't know. It's like I guess it's okay. There's no reason why it wouldn't work.
Hmm.
I don't know how much I like it.
I'm trying to look at when the last time he played the DOTA was. Just, more recently, Somnus played the DOTA himself, but that was 10 days ago.
Oh.
And there's that Jug. And Jug, yeah, I mean,
It's a good Jug game.
he can fight earlier. I wouldn't say you want him fighting too early, though, right?
I mean, he's going to go for a build that doesn't scale massively well, I imagine. Because I don't think you can be too greedy here. I worry a little bit about their lockdown for Ember, but for their lineup, it feels like they just want to brute force down lanes eventually, like rather than like catch people out and things. It's a really good game for Jug, because like he can spin out of the arena. It's really good against Disruptor as well. You can dodge the spin. Oh, Naga's still in the pool.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's a super good Naga game. I really like the Naga pick. I would put a lot of eggs into Vici's basket here. Oh, FY does have the mount. What a player. Oof. Of course he does, by the way. He has his team of about 20 people trying to open them at the same time until he gets it.
And they've got the Mars set, and the is that Disruptor set the new one?
It is, yeah.
So, a bunch of new sets coming in.
I think it was the first Mars set, wasn't it? Came through, yeah.
The Disruptor set, too, was new, I think. The thing that bothers me, and I think you said this to me yesterday, was like you wish the Mars set wasn't, the first Mars set wasn't behind an ultra rare or very rare.
Which that's just, obviously that's something they're going to do, but I just wish it wasn't. Like
the first one.
Yeah, it feels a little bit sad. But it is a nice set, so you can, even in its own right, it probably deserves to be that rare.
Yeah, it's a very nice set. A lot of them were really nice. I'm waiting to see the Ancient Apparition one in play, but we got the Mirana one, we have the Mars one, and LGD with this Naga Siren, I mean, they've got the Naga Disruptor combo. Not only that, like, Naga Disruptor, Naga Mars, I feel like sets up well. Like, this could be a tough one towards the mid-game for LGD.
For sure.
You don't exactly need a bunch of items to throw a spear after a song.
I worry that they just have no team fight. Like, all their lockdown is very single target, and they're playing against this Naga. Like, how are they supposed to kill a Naga and an Ember in a team fight? I just don't think they have it in their their roster unless they may manage to pull ahead, and they get they can just start running down lanes and people and taking towers around the DOTA, which can happen eventually. But I just think the Naga has a better time. The Naga's going to farm faster. I would assume, at least.
All right, we're in.
We are in, baby.
DY starting off with 100 battle pass points because he needs that at level 60, 71. He can still use it. He's the lowest on his team. He can use those points.
So it's been decided after yesterday. I'm going to do play-by-play now. And
I'll analyze it.
Your dog's going to do analysis.
Oh, I'm not even. Okay, okay.
You're not even. No, you're not on. Sorry.
He's overslept for the event.
Oh, okay.
Oh, unfortunately. Cooper is still sleeping. No, not still sleeping. He went to bed.
So,
but I'm done. Listen, yeah, you got it. I'm gonna let you take the lead here.
No, don't do it.
Yeah, it's already happening.
Please no. Cooper, come back. We have X-Nova on the Bane.
Is that your play-by-play voice?
Yeah. Yeah, that was me for the whole of the cast yesterday. You missed out.
Oh God. Do I do a voice? Oh no. I feel it was one of the things in my life that I've never wanted to do because you hear it in American sports all the time, and it's just like the worst thing ever. And I swear it's something I never want to have. Speaking of July 4th.
So Old 11, when he played this offlane Venge yesterday, he went double Wraithband into Helm of Dom, and it was like so stat heavy, he became insanely tanky at the start of the game, and like really difficult to deal with. But the problem is this time they're laning up against a Naga who has 7 base armor to work with. It's going to be sitting under the tier 1 sometimes as well, so he gets that extra little boost of armor. I think, is it +3? Yeah, it is. So very difficult for him to bully this Naga out.
10 armor this early into the game. That, yeah, you're gonna need a couple levels here into Wave of Terror because you've got that 3 Venge. But the question is, do you even go for the Wave of Terror that early if you're in a core role? It's got to be Magic Missile level 2, right? Well, it doesn't actually have to be. Never mind.
No, I think
say that out loud.
Yeah, I think he goes 0-1-1. Forgoes the. Oh, FY almost hit the arrow there. If he did, I think that was a kill.
Yeah, they were both committing. Very much so. He had a salve, and I think the Disruptor was like, how long are you going to stand and trade here with me?
Oh, he actually went for a Wraithband on the Mirana as well.
Yeah. Ooh. Short range arrow, but still level 1 for Old 11, as well as FY.
No, that's really interesting. Maybe they were like, okay, well, this lane's going to be difficult because we can't really zone out the Naga that well, so we need to build these items that allow us to like click her harder, right?
Yeah.
Because you get the extra attack speed that comes through from the Wraithband as well now. Along with the nice little chunk of armor, I guess. Lane's going really well though at the moment for Vici. Like this Naga's 9-4 up against the Avengers 2-1.
No. Mars up top too is 10-2.
Yeah, I mean all heroes on the Radiant side are having a really good time. Like this lane for the Jug isn't very fun. What do they do? Like sleep into spin? Yeah, like eventually, but they need to get more levels online first. Eurus gets the D-Warp. Very nice.
Overall, you know, Vici's in a much more stressful position. They can't drop a game.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Like for them, it's pretty scary. You know, one wrong mistake and then all of a sudden the series is over, right? Because you can't even drop one game. It's going to be horrendous for them. It's not a fun situation to put yourself in. FY really wants to block this small camp again, and he does. Oh, yeah,
Charles getting close there to killing PYW.
He still has dive though, right, as well.
Nightmare Brain Sap for 1-2. And then Chalice. It's not exactly farming at the same rate the Naga Siren is, but bottom, taking a look, Disruptor. One shot, they get the kill, but they'll trade for Old 11, and I think that's fine, especially if you get the Courier too. FY is going to try and man fight this up against Eurus. He'd love to get another chance at that arrow, but he's not going to have the mana, even if it's off cooldown.
This Venge Illusion's going to town, dude.
And that's a fine trade for Vici. You know, it's not a winning trade. They end up getting 70 gold short, but X-Nova, he's getting chased by the Phoenix. PYW. Oh, X-Nova, can he get a Roche deny? Help me out, boy.
Cool. Yeah, I mean,
not in time.
Phoenix has decent damage to work with, you know, especially at the level 3 mark, so it's difficult for the Bane. I think it might have been a high roll on the damage, though, to secure it.
Trying to get away from Fire Spirits as well. Not exactly the funnest time.
Let's talk about this mid lane matchup, because we haven't mentioned it yet. This matchup used to be worse, but obviously now you don't lose your mana when you get snaked up on the Ember, so it's a bit easier, but you can also dodge the snake with Sleight of Fist, which makes the matchup so much more playable. And he's managed to bottle up a regen rune as well, so Ori doing very good work at the moment.
Killing off Eurus bottom. And that is a big kill for them to get. Anything that can slow down this Naga Siren is massive for them. Trying to stack that camp 5 minutes and unable to do so as it gets blocked.
That's why sneaky. Like, they understand how important this small camp is, though, right? Because not only is it used for pulls, but the Naga can farm it so quickly with all of their illusions. Naga.
Naga Siren again. Taking a lot of damage. We thought it would be hard for them to get the kill onto this Naga Siren, especially now. 17 armor. God, that is a massive amount of armor. And they actually left the bounty rune in the triangle available for the Medusa. I'm not certain why, but that leaves it available for Ori, who's coming around the back. So he kills off a courier. FY gets to the side, but Old 11, they'll throw a magic missile out, and I don't think he's long for this world with Searing Chains and the illusions chasing.
He's going to try and kill off the Venge illusion as well. Yeah. Well played. You want to make sure that the Venge can't like steal any farm while she's dead as well. They want the Deucer here, though. Oh, they were just fighting for the 6-minute ring. Okay.
I was wondering why FY left that bounty rune, and then Ori just refilled his bottle and came around the back.
I have no idea.
Seems very odd.
Also, I was wondering how many points in Mana Shield the Deucer would get this game. Seems like Songless has only gone for 1, which I think is very brave up against December. Like, I know every point you get in Mana Shield hurts your farm speed, because you really want to be using it for to get more points in the split shot as well to help you farm, but staying alive is the most important thing first.
You know, it could be one of those, like, how comfortable do I feel in this lane right now? And for him, at least, there hasn't been a rotation towards mid. He's got a ward on the high ground. He might feel comfortable enough to forego putting more in this mana shield.
Yang has a Vanguard already, by the way, on this mouse. He's massive. He's the most farmed hero in the game, actually.
He's just about to hit level 6. Old 11 not too far behind him. It's almost got Helm of the Dominator. He's having an okay time.
Yeah, they're doing okay. Like, they just need to play around this Deuce still as, like, as LGD.
And here's pressure from Ori on a Somnus, but not being too felt. Let's see what this 8 points in. Right now it's 2-4-1, and it will be a 3rd point in that split shot.
And it feels so good playing Dire Deucer at the moment because of this like little spot that you have here in the top jungle. Gets a faded brooch as well. That's pretty insane. Great Deucer, right?
Great early Deucer item, and has finished off the tread. So not top of the net worth, but still having a decent time. Take a look mid is Ori. He got nightmared from X Nova, but pulled off by the Phoenix, and the chase will be there. And under the tower, Fire Spirits, PIW. He'll find the kill. A little barrage of Fire Spirits into those trees.
Bot lane as well. They want to protect the Naga here.
They're going in on the Old 11. And the swap, but maybe they both die. FY getting low, leaps again, and just both skirt out of that. And that was a risky swap.
Does Old 11 not want to leave his Helm of Dom creep in the bot lane to help him farm?
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
DUI?
X-Nova's coming around here as well. Oh, no.
Not anymore, he's not.
He's like, thank you very much. I really love
like
getting
having
a...
You know, I didn't feel like being bottom with a TP anyway. Chalice is down here, and he'll just commit to the Omni Slash. But it ends up jumping onto Ori as PYW Icarus dives away.
It's pretty sad, isn't it?
Like, we've seen that a couple times with the first Omni Slashes from Jugs.
Yeah, we saw it from, was it Emo yesterday?
I think so, yeah.
That was pretty sad. I like that they're coming down to play bot, though. Like, they want to play this tempo with the Jug. Like, he's a really strong hero still, even if he's not massively farmed. Like, this spin is still insanely strong. It does a lot of damage. So if they can get, like, a stun into a spin, the Naga does have to be worried. And they're going to leave Yang to push top lane by himself. Try and trade the towers by the looks of it. Oh, they got the healing ward with the Naga illusion.
Yeah, level 1 healing ward, so wasn't that amazing of a healing ward, but down for 60 seconds isn't fun.
They want to dive DY here down in the bot lane.
Yeah, they've got the Centaur right on him. They're just trying to block him up. They've got the stun. Kinetic field is there. Yang coming over, but they got the kill. Arena committed. TP out from Chalice. They'll leave Old 11, or will they? Chalice starts to try and fight this, and Old 11 ends up dead to the God's Rebuke of Yang.
I mean, he just has a Vanguard, right? Like, they're not killing him.
Oh, FY. He gets caught. Searing Chains. Icarus dive over. The damage now with the Sun Ray. All leaps are used. Arrow thrown. That lands.
He has X.
So now Chalice goes into the Blade Fury. And PYW, he gets a Supernova off just in time. But they've got the right clicks to get the kill.
Oh,
Searing
my
Chains on a bolt.
goodness.
They'll get 1 and 2.
Ori.
FY and Chalice get played.
Ori is a goddamn player. I'm telling you that much. Like, all of a sudden, look at this Vengeance net worth, though, right? Like, I understand that she's like a utility hero for this lineup, right? So her farm it's important, but it's not like massively important, right? Like, as long as the Deuce and Jug are farming, they're the important ones. And Somnus is definitely farming now. It just manages to sit at the top of that net worth chart, like fighting out with the Mars, but also has the Mask of Madness. So her farm speed's going to increase massively here.
And right now, Vici have a 3,000 net worth lead. Insomnus, he's got a Mask of Madness. He's sitting top of the net worth. I think, though, you're relying on Chalice having a good start, and all of a sudden, it doesn't feel that way, and he might just die again. Blade Fury. Magic Missile. Static Storm was down. They'll land the spear on the arena late, so Old 11 dies again. Omni Slash bounces around, gets lucky enough to kill off DY. FY comes in with a Star Storm.
There's one more lead.
It doesn't kill the Phoenix. Somnus will also be brought towards
Good
bottom,
body
and
blocks.
they're going to chase on this, and looking for Yang. He's very low. Oh! Mystic Snake does bounce. So they get the kill. They've used the Stone Gaze. PYW, he'll go down. Does Ori have a remnant to jump to? I don't think so. He's dead too. Triple kill for Somnus.
What a rotation by the Deucer. She's level 13 now at 12 minutes into the game, and she's 1,000 gold ahead of the Naga off getting the triple kill. How much gold did she gain that fight? Yeah, like 812. That's insane. Like, normally when you play this Deucer, coming to rotations is like really risky, right? But she's farming Ancients anyway, down on that bottom half of the map. I think she was stacking, actually. And now all of a sudden, like, she just turns up to the fight, gets a triple kill. And they are still 2k net worth down overall, but, you know, all their eggs are in the Deucer basket at the moment, and I feel like with the Naga in the game, I don't know how effective that is.
I will say Eurus isn't going Diffusal first. It is the Manta.
Okay.
Is Axe ever worth it for Medusa? In a lineup like this, I feel like it could be decent.
It's not that great. Like, you just want other items. It's not like the Axe is a bad item, but you just want the big one. You want to build towards like Skadi, Butterfly, Satanic, right? You know, this hero's farm so fast, you play for the late game a lot of the time. You don't like build this like weird mid-game intermediate item.
Naga getting close to that Manta style. They're probably going to want to stop that or slow that down. We've got the Centaur running. This is so ridiculous. The fact that a domed creep just runs this fast. I think it's... 425 is a bit much.
It's ridiculous. Like, this item's going to get nerfed in the next patch. I'm absolutely telling you right now. It's ridiculous, and I would not be sad about it at all. Like... Get this item out of my games, actually. It's ridiculous.
Slight Searing Chains, Moonlight Shadow used, but they've got the Spear, so they've locked him down. Healing Ward comes out, and they'll commit the Static Storm to this, so they don't have it for the rest of the fight. 3 heroes here for the side of LGD. Medusa TPing towards top. Omni Slash used, they'll get the kill there on a DY. There's the Song. They don't have Static Storm or Kinetic Field to put on this, and Eurus has come over. That's one swap onto the Mars into the Fiend's Grip, but now a double swap for Eurus. They get the kill on the Mars. Now they'll look over as the Centaur hits up Eurus. And they keep on him. They've lost all 11. Centaur moving forward. Would love to get a War Stomp here. Searing Chains onto the Bane. They hit the Nightmare on Ori. Ori now surrounded by 3 heroes. Make it a 4th with FY coming in, but he has a Remnant. They use the drums. Chalice moving forward, but they just can't catch any of these other heroes.
I'm not sure why they didn't just start TPing out with the song. Like, yeah, I feel like Yang's died for no reason there. Like, he had TP up. So, a little bit unsure. Yeah, and X-Over instantly gets the D-Ward, knowing they're going to have vision around where the fight was. This Deuce is going very stat heavy, by the way. DY just manages to steal a bounty rune.
Oh, missed the arrow.
What was that leap?
Eventually DY. Yeah, he'll drop. Somnus actually gets the last shot there. Level 15 and has Mask of Madness, Yasha, Dragonlance finished off. Going into the BKB.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about this, but I mean, we said they have this really good Death Ball lineup, right? And it feels like, I mean, I said Deuce might go for these late game items, but apparently they just want to play around a completely different timing. Maybe they feel like if the Deuce doesn't go BKB, they can't really fight. And it's super good against the Mars as well, right? You know, we've talked about in the past how good this Mars is up against the Medusa. Oh, hang on. FY has just bought back, actually, I think, right?
Oh. No. Sunray.
But he's dead for 60 seconds now.
Yeah, it's a long time, but if they can get something more out of this, I think that's very value for them. Unfortunately, with the arena, that's not looking likely.
So yeah, this arena is really good up against the Deuce. Oh, hang on, Glimpse. Yeah, because it blocks out all the split shots that come through if the target isn't inside the arena. So Deuce needs to be able to reposition herself around that just to make sure she doesn't lose too much damage effectiveness, right?
Ori moving forward has double damage. Slight Searing Chain. UI coming into kinetic field down. That locks X Nova in for a little bit longer. It keeps the Centaur by them, but they're not committing any further. They don't want to go into the tier 1 tower. And with that fight slowing down, Somnus has decided to go back towards top and continue farming.
I would say that we haven't really talked about this Naga recently, right? She's actually farming up really quickly now. She has the Manta as well, only 500 gold behind the Deucer. And again, I look at LGD's lineup and I'm like, what do they have that is going to kill this Deucer? Like, it's all in on the what do they have to kill the Naga? Like, it's all in on the Deucer being able to like try and kill her off, right? And I just think the Naga just kills her quicker with like this Diffusal Manta build. There's going to be a really big window if he can get Diffusal Manta before the BKB from the Deucer.
That scan was pretty decent, but unfortunately they're still going to lose DY, and he threw Static Storm on that.
Do they go Roche?
So that might allow them to go Roche.
I don't know if they can.
Middle tower is under attack.
They have?
I don't think they have enough time.
Okay, chunk of minus armor, but yeah, I don't know if it's... I mean, just Marana and Venge is pretty decent.
It's so slow though. Like, yeah, like DY's up again in 4 seconds.
If they committed with more, I think they might have been able to think about it, but just the Marana Venge didn't seem too likely. Oh, arrow. They haven't been able to land that arrow combination. They almost landed on an arrow on TPing in DY. They already get the kill on X Nova. They've got the glimpse. He Nightmares himself, but he's still dead. Supernova comes in, and they're going to think about backing off, but the song is there.
Oh my god, the Egg's about to go off.
At the right time? Yes, they do. That's perfect. Oh, the Lemon will end up dead. Somnus trying to fight, but can he fight?
Oh,
the spear comes in. It stuns up one. They've got the arrow. They look over at Eurus. FY trying to man fight this with the help of Chalice. They'll get the kill on the Yang, and the rest of the team is backing off. Ori very low on this. Not looking to commit much at all, but Sight Searing Chains. Now with the kinetic field, FY in some trouble.
That fight goes
doing a lot of damage.
That fight goes so much better for Vici if they finish this Diffusal on the Naga Blade, which... Diffusal Blade on the Naga. She was about 100 gold off.
Radiant's middle tower is
yeah, like they get the song like to finish off so that the Egg goes off, but this Somnus with the Snake is stealing so much mana. Like if you look at the talent he took at 15, he's becoming so difficult to kill because he's getting so much mana back from every single Snake.
You know, Snake turns everybody to stone in that fight with an axe, I think. Just saying.
She actually decided to go and finish off the Manta instead, I think. Unless the BKB's finished now. No, yeah, it's just went for the Manta instead.
Side fist searing chains, good arena, and a bad spot for LGD right out of Roche. This is an interesting spot from LGD as they're going to lose FY, Old 11, and Chalice, and it looks like they should be able to take out Somnus twice. I mean, there's nobody here to help him. They come out of this Roche pit, they funnel up onto the stairs, and now, well, Vici, they come out victorious.
Like, look at the difference in the damage output now they have Diffusal. Like, DOTA just dies. It's completely different. Like, that fight before would have turned out exactly like that, I think. And now they're just 5k net worth up, and it feels like LGD, like, they've missed this massive timing with this first Aegis they would have had.
Oh, dear. That's a full life, technically. Oh, that's Nova. Oh, yeah. I'm not surprised.
I'm pretty sure Somnus on this DOTA is now really wishing he had that BKB ready for that fight instead of the Manta, right? Just because of all this damage that comes through from the Diffusal. Holy Locket on the Phoenix, by the way.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Vanish.
That just... It goes so poorly there for LGD up that funneled spot of the stairs.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I think that fight happens probably anywhere else, and they're a little better off. But the arena was perfect. Everything that they got was easily obtained. And now Eurus goes after Old 11. But yeah, like you said, look at his damage output. He continues to go after Old 11. He's got PYW next to him, Sunray right on top. And they force back LGD. They don't get anything, but yeah, you can see the difference in damage output. And now, on top of which, Ember's got himself a Heaven's Halberd.
That's going to be our next point. Like, it's all DOTA, right? Yeah, we've mentioned it. And guess who else is building a Halberd as well up in the top lane? Mr. Yang himself. So I really struggle to see how the DOTA's damage output is going to come here because she doesn't have this BKB yet. Like, if they can, even if when she gets BKB, if they ever get the Halberd off onto her first, like, the Snark is just going to absolutely rip through her with all the illusions. Does this DOTA not want the Vambrace?
They need Chalice to be outputting a bit more damage. But you look at where he is in the net worth, he is so far behind.
I don't think that should be his job, though. Like, obviously it is. He's a Jug. He has to deal damage, but, like, this is my problem. Like, I thought they were going to pick some kind of tempo here, and it feels like Jug, yeah, it can. You go for, like, this Drums Maelstrom, but now he's falling so far behind. It just feels like Jug's not a hero, apart from, like, a healing ward to help his DOTA at this point, and, like, a drum. Yeah, you can do some damage output, but what's it going to do against the Naga, right? Like, nothing. And she's gone for a Halberd of her own as well. Oh, my goodness. They're going to have 3 Halberds up against the DOTA.
Never going to be able to right click.
Radiant are scanning.
The BKB is close, though, on Somnus. A few hundred gold.
They've got to try and play on the opposite side of the map from Vici, so they have to allow that top tower to go down. And it just feels like the pressure is on LGD so heavily after that, you know, losing that Aegis and losing that fight, because Vici are just able to take over your map. They pick up your outpost, they take your tier 2. What can you do in this situation now except hope that Somnus gets farmed?
I'll be honest, B-Cop. Not sure, but I'm really hoping that Vici win this game so that we can say next time whoever wins this game goes through.
That is true.
That's all I want in life here. Like, they need to take a really good fight around this BKB.
Radiant's bottom tower
But
is under attack.
I think if the DOTA ever gets hit with a stun at all before she gets the BKB off, she's in, like, serious trouble. Because these Halberd timings are absolutely going to destroy her. And, like, they have the miss chance as well now on all 3 of these cores. Like, the status resistance is really good up against the Bane as well.
Somnus going Divine Rapier now.
Yeah, I think he has to. I don't... That's a really good idea. Like, he needs a big damage item. I'm not... I feel like, you know, if he doesn't go Rapier, how do they win the team fight, right? But even then, I don't even know if they can win the team fight depending on, you know, if the Halberds come off or not.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Just go Ags. It's the ultimate way to win this game.
Dire's bottom
Peacock,
tower
it's not
is
gonna
under
happen.
attack.
This game's gonna go
Dire's
long enough.
courier has been killed.
3 Roches, Ag's Blessing. He'll get it forcibly. He'll pick up the Ag's Blessing. I think FY just lost his courier, and that had the finishing touches to his Yules on it. Oy.
It's not going their way, is it?
Dire's middle tower
Let's just throw it out there.
Not at all. Not at all.
I'd actually really like to see a butterfly in the Naga now instead of the Skadi. But I mean, Skadi's not a bad item. Like, it's still fine,
No.
but
Shadows take us.
I think up against the Deucer especially. But I guess if she's going Rapier, like, the butterfly kind of loses its value, right? Like, at least some of it. There's a DD spawned on the bottom half of the map, by the way. The Radiant do see it.
A tool to teach.
I don't know if the Dire can get over there to take that anyway, and it looks as though it'll be picked up by Eurus. Oh, a couple of nets. There's a glimpse onto FY Spear, so he's looking very dead. Kinetic Field as well as the Arena. That locks in old 11. He throws in Chalice!
Oh, good chains, though, on the slide.
Gosh, yeah, Slight Searing Chains. They back off. They've used the Stone Gaze. They're just trying to disengage from this fight. The Slight Searing Chains once again on old 11. They'll grab themselves a double for Eurus with this double damage. They do get these remaining heroes out, but that is not a good fight for LGD.
Yeah, they're in a really difficult position there, though, because the Radiant have decent vision on the high ground, right? They've got this one up from before. And they see the Marauder coming over instantly. They get the numbers advantage, right? And she's stuck in a Venn diagram between the kinetic field and the arena. That's not going to go well.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower
Orb of
is under
Destruction.
attack.
Alright, so more minus armor to the picture.
I give it to the Deucer, but
Dire's bottom tower is under
great. Now you
attack.
take off for like some of Naga's 28 armor, right?
Oh no, Deuce's got the Paladin Sword.
Oh, they found a Paladin sword. Okay, that's pretty good actually.
Dire's
Like if she
middle
gets to that
tower
point with the
is under
rapier,
attack.
it means that she can actually,
Dire's
might be
middle
able to
tower
sustain
has
herself throughout the
fallen.
fight if she can hit people. Again, like I'm going to keep pointing out that these halberds are so key. Lincoln's on the Ember as well, by the way. Really good up against this like single target lineup with the grip and the swap, even the Venge stun.
Just Blade Fury instant TP out.
Oh, Enchanted Quiver. I think they gave that to FY, right? Yeah.
So now he finishes off that Yules. BKB finished off for Chalice, but that was a long time coming, that BKB. Roche is up.
Yeah, I honestly think they're doing the right thing. I think they can just walk into the pit. Like, they have the better team fight with the Mars and the Phoenix, so fighting around this area is, like, much better for them anyway. And this Roche is just going to die. But they have so much minus armor with the Eurus Naga as well.
Radiant are scanning.
And even if the fight went badly, they could just pop Song to finish off the Aegis. Finish off the Roche, sorry.
The rune of
Summoner still needs a bunch more time to finish off this Divine Rapier. They have the glimpse, and now into the kinetic field. This might just force him to fight. Arrow flying in. That doesn't land onto the Phoenix, who is standing still with the Sunray, but they've got themselves Static Storm down. They get the kill on Axe Nova. They look over at old 11.
Old 11's just gone.
Stone Gaze. Not doing anything, and with the BKB,
Oh.
it's well, that's now gone. So
Yeah,
Vici, they go right to the okay Song.
Yeah,
Gone.
they tried to Song before the Stone Gaze came out to stop the Deucer from running away. So, like, even if he gets Stone Gazed up, it doesn't matter, but he got petrified just before, unfortunately. And then I think he didn't cancel the Song in time or something. So it carried on from where he wanted to do it before. But, like, even then, it's like an 80-second cooldown, right? Like, it's not a big deal. They're just building up the lead with the Aegis that they have. Up to 17k now. And, like, this Venge is sitting at 7k net worth. Like, Jug's on the 11k. It's only the DOTA. Like, all the other heroes just don't really matter at this point. Like, the only reason the Venge matters is because she buffs up the DOTA.
Never refuse gold given.
We rely not upon fortune.
Somnus, he's 2,000 gold away from having this Divine Rapier, but
Bounty.
I don't know.
Paladin sword for the Naga as well.
Yeah, that's
really want it.
going to be one to have. I wonder who takes it, because you're holding Imqua on the Naga Siren right now. I would assume the Naga... Oh, Naga's got it still.
She just picked it up
Holding
off
it.
Disruptor. Look at this. This DOTA's just dying.
Just doesn't have mana anymore. Gets disarmed, turns around, thinks about fighting with the BKB. They'll dive the tier 3. They'll go in with a spear as well as the Arena Supernova down. X-Nova and all the 11. Not long for the world. They've got the Static Storm around the Medusa. No BKB. They'll get the kill on the Somnus, and this should be GG. 85 seconds on the sideline. And it is. So Vici, they just jump right in.
All right.
Find themselves a kill.
It's happened,
Themselves the
B-Cup.
game.
Victory.
Whoever wins the next game goes through from the group stage. Whoever loses the next game is out of the group stage.
Yeah. It's make or break now for both teams. And OGD, I mean, their timing just never really appeared. It just passed. Like, it never really was there, it seemed like.
Yeah, I mean, Somnus came bot and got